Welcome, new Fairy Fox members, Brandy, Kathy, and Andrea. This video's for you. I can't wait today, you guys, to share with you 3 of my favorite little animals. We are going to be taking a look at a bear, a puppy, and a pig. One of the reasons I love these guys so much is because I can paint them in almost exactly the same way, but turn out with 3 very different cute little animals. So if you feel intimidated or like you can't draw when you're painting, stay in. We are totally gonna get this for you. So here we start with a little bear, and you can see it is just a simple circle, and then down along the bottom we're gonna add 1 more circle, and then we have 2 more circles doing the different ears. As we do these 3 different animals, we want to pay attention to this basic shape because it stays pretty much the same. The only thing that we're going to be changing is the ears and the nose, and those 2 things will completely change these animals from a bear to a puppy and to a pig. So for the puppy, we want to have, you can use brown again, or you can change it up. Use a little bit of white and gray, and we want to make the ears just a little bit more triangular. But you can see we've got this cute little muzzle coming, and it's so fun. And then of course we add the neck. But then we want to do a pig. And so pigs, you can do all kinds of colors, but I love pink because it's such a beautiful color. And so to be able to use it in this animal is so much fun. So we just put that same little nose on there, and then we'll give this little piggy the same shape of ears that the puppy got. Just those little triangles sitting up on top. When you're basing this out, you want to make the size fit whatever canvas you're working on. So if you have a big cheek, you can get a really big, beautiful animal. But if you have a little arm, you can shrink this down. Just change the size of your brush to be able to do it better. Now let's give these guys a little extra burst of personality. One of the best ways we can do that is by giving them some clothing. So let's put a little bow on our pig. Here we've got a little tie on our bear. And then for the puppy, it doesn't have to be animal clothing. We can just add the collar that the puppy would normally wear. A collar says somebody owns this dog, somebody loves this dog, and we want to go ahead and make sure we are taking such good care of our little puppy today. Now we are ready for the white. White is such a fun color to work with because you can add just the tiniest little details, but totally changes the story. So let's add some stripes to the tie, some little polka dots to the bow, and we will just get these little guys ready to go. Now, as we are using our white, sometimes it can get a little bit diluted or it will pick up the color underneath, and that's totally fine. Those colors don't have to be bright white. Having polka dots that are a little bit pink is totally good, or a little bit light yellow heart here on this collar is fine. But if it's bothering you, one of the best ways to get rid of that feeling is just to go over whatever area isn't looking quite as white as you want it to, and just hit it again once this first layer is dry. So we want to have the eyes. And this is where we can really play with our characters. If we do big eyes, it's going to make the characters look younger. If we keep them spread wide apart, it's going to look more animal and less human. But you can see that you can make them taller, you can make them shorter. Any of this is just fine. And it's not going to change what animal it is. It's only going to change the personality. It's going to change the character. And here on the teddy bear, I want him to look a little bit older. And so I'm going to just make his eyes a little bit smaller than on the other 2 characters. And I'm going to spread them out just a little bit. And you can see that this guy is ready to go. I love taking just a second while I have the white on my brush and putting in those little highlights. You can wait till the end, and honestly, I'll go back in at the end and I'll add more, but I like getting kind of an idea of where I'm going. This is almost like a sketch layer for my outlines, but then of course I'm going to do my outlining in black. So I want to go down and I want to use a smaller brush. This brush is a number 3, but it is a very small number 3, so you could even do this with a 2 or a 1. The way that you add your lines is going to add even more to the character detail. You can see here on this bear, I want him to look just a little bit fuzzy and furry. And so I'm going in and I'm giving him a little bit of a squiggly outline or zigzag even. And that's going to just make him look so furry. which is awesome because I'm going to make him be a little bit grumpy. And so in order to have him be fluffy and grumpy at the same time, makes him such a cute bear. Now we want to make sure that we're paying attention to all of the different features that we're adding onto this bear. So we're going to add a little bit on his inner ear. Then we're going to go in and add just a little bit of outlining around his tie. Really make sure that he is the best dressed bear. I love that storybook growing up. If anybody else can remember that book, we must have been born around the same time. It was awesome. I loved it. Now, creating a character can feel really intense. It can be really intimidating, but what you need to remember is there is no judge that's waiting right around the corner. Nobody's going to be like, oh my gosh, you did such a bad job. No, these characters can come to life. You don't need to know exactly where you're going. You just need to make one decision after another and kind of get there. So I decided I wanted this little bear to be grumpy. So we've given him some angry little eyes, and now we're going to put this nose in. And a lot of times on these little bears, it can be easy to just put in a smile, but we want him to have a little bit more attitude than this. So instead of cutting his muzzle in half, I'm gonna make the line a little bit more to the side. And so it looks like he's kind of scrunching up his face just a little bit. And that's going to be awesome. Now, let's just put in some pupils, make him look like he's looking up, trying to remember something, And again, anytime that I do this, it is so much fun to really feel like this little bear has never been there before and he's never going to be there again. And so we just put in this line and then maybe a little bit of a frown and grab that bottom lip. It's going to give him such personality to just be pouting a little bit. He's trying to remember, he can't remember, and he's kind of grumpy about it. And here's his amazing bear. Isn't he so fun? Now you might think, okay, now there's a gray bear and a pink bear, but no, we are going to be able to capture different animals just by changing the way that we outline these guys. Remember, the differences come from the ears and from the nose, and so pay particular attention as we change that up. Here on this puppy, we're going to just give it some eyebrows pulled in into the middle. And that's going to be like a little begging face, a little cute face. It doesn't always have to be happy. We get so stuck in being happy or mad. And so trying for a different expression can really bring some meaning into these little characters. Now we want to come in and keep the top of his head really simple because those eyebrows are having so much emotion. We don't want to make him too furry, but of course we want this little puppy to have a little bit of fur, so we'll remember to put that in here too in a little bit. As you see, the bear's nose is really big, and we don't want to give this dog quite as big of a nose, but we want it to still have a little bit of a triangle shape. So we may just perch it up just a little bit on top of that round space, and then we just want to go right around and make it look like it's protruding forward. The way that we have the nose cutting off the bottom part of the eye is going to help us communicate that depth, that this puppy's face isn't flat, that it's actually three-dimensional. So let's just make it nice and furry, and then he looks a little bit sad. Putting in these pupils that are going to be longer is going to make it look like his eyes are wider, almost like we've stretched him out a little bit. And you can see that this puppy is ready to share so many different feelings. But watch the way that his emotion shifts as we add in his mouth. We're just going to come and give him more of a straight nose line down, cutting those little muzzles in half, and then we're just going to give him this little shy smile. And we can even do it over to the side again, and we grab that bottom lip. It's far enough down, it almost looks like a chin, but we don't want it to be the chin, so we can come through and we can give him just a little bit of a beard, and that beard says, here's the chin down here. And that way we can communicate anytime we feel like this isn't clear. Anytime something isn't clear in our drawing, it just means that we need to tell a little bit more of the story. And that's really nice that we have that ability to critique our own work and say, okay, what's missing here? What do we still need? Of course, we have a beautiful boy bear and a beautiful boy dog. So let's get a cute little girl pig. And I love the curly tails on a pig. And obviously we're just doing the head, and so we don't have the chance to do a curly tail. So I went ahead and I added a little curly bit of hair right there in the middle. We can do a very similar ear to the pig that we did to the puppy. And we just add that in right there. And then even pigs look great with just a little bit of fur. It breaks up the monotony of just drawing a circle around the face, and it makes it more interesting. Now to do a pig's nose, we just want to do an apostrophe and then make sure that the edges are really thin in either direction, creating those two almost full circles. Now we get to go in and we get to put in the rest. So we're going to do just a really nice clean line. And then we're going to put in a little smile. And you can see that this kind of breaks up that it's a nose, but it's a mouth and it's the bottom. And it really communicates pig well. And then we can go around this bow. You want to do a bow with just a jelly bean with a couple lines coming out on either side. And that's going to show the fold of the fabric that knot is creating. And then just trace around the outside. All things in life can be broken down into these simple shapes. A bow is just a little smashed circle and two triangles being held together. And that really gives us so much power when we're drawing to be able to identify those little shapes. And I want to add in a little bit of hair to our little piggy. And then as we go around these eyes, we want to make sure that we are going just above the white. And what that's going to do for us is it's going to give the illusion of an eyelid. So we can just go right on either side and then cut across to give the top of that eyelid a place to lay against the eye. Then of course we need some eyelashes and we're just going to have so much fun. And this little pig just looks content. She's happy. She's having a nice day. To do the pupils, we have so many different choices. We can place in just this little dot and it's really fun and she's really cute. But then we can play with it and be like, you know what? Let's make that a C, a really nice big chunky C. And all of a sudden she looks like she's in a Dr. Seuss book about the farm because that's a shape that's very familiar to us. But we can continue to play with it and be like, that's not quite how I want her to look. So we just fill it all the way in and we have these two dark circles. And now you can see that she's just sweet and kind. And so as we play with all these different little bits, it gives us the chance to experiment with their character. Now let's have a little bit of fun and tell a story. So we have these little characters and we've developed who they are, but we haven't given them a place and a time. So by just adding a few little extra bits, we can tell their story. So here you can see our puppy is daydreaming about a bone and our bear is grumpy because it's raining and he's not happy about that. And on the pig, I just wanted to add a little something. Because we are working so much on the arms these days instead of the face, we need to create longer designs. And so practicing our line work and getting a few different little fun touches can be really awesome. And we don't have to just stick to one color. If we want to do a white base with this beautiful purple on top, it just creates something really fun. And you can see how awesome it is to make these three fun little bear, puppy, pig. And as you do your animals, you're going to find ways to make them unique and you're going to love it. I can't wait. You guys, absolutely. Thank you so much for being a part of Fairy Fox Design and I can't wait till our next video.